So Ben, self-proclaimed dredge master. I met Ben. We played in PTQ when he was playing dredge. The game I won, he mulled the 4. What was your hand? It was like Island, Chromox, Sphinx.
Rusalka.
Did I Thoughtseize your Rusalka?
Yeah.
The Rusalka.
Thoughtseize your Rusalka, you peeled Hedron Crab, went to town.
It was a good match.
It was a good match. I remember that game. I was like tanking on turn 3. I could either beseech the queen for my other combo piece, my Dark Depths combo piece, or get a Tormod's Crypt. And I'm just like, I just have to figure out how to not mess this game up. And then I got the other combo piece, and then you dredged 5, and it was like 2 Narcomoebas and an Iona to go through your dredge return. I'm just like, well, that's just game. And then the next game, you did kind of the same thing.
Yeah, except I lost.
Yeah, where you're just like, I just have to figure out how to not mess this game up, and then you did.
Yep.
That was pretty sweet.
The whole time you were just like, God, I'm going to lose this little moron on his mull to 4.
But I didn't lose.
You didn't lose, but we both top 8'd that PTQ anyway.
Yeah.
That was my first PTQ top 8.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Your first PTQ top 8? Is that recent?
I only started PTQing like a year ago, or like a little before that PTQ.
Yeah, Austin. Close to Austin.
A couple of years ago, I guess.
I'm a big fan of that name.
I don't know. I felt like you've been around for a long time.
Well, he has been.
Yeah. We played in regionals for a while.
Looks like Drew's hand's pretty good. Some Tarnished Citadels, Therapy, Careful Study. David's got his 1 of explosives to stop all those zombies.
Having that 1 explosive is actually just so huge.
I can't see if he has a dredge card or not.
He has a Stinkweed.
He does.
I mean, Drew can just use those Icarids, though, and kind of just kill him that way.
Yeah, you can still just grind him out. So I think it's safe to assume that David knows what he's playing against with the turn 1 explosives for 0 on the play.
Oh, yeah.
So David brainstormed into a Force of Will. Pretty sure he's going to nail this Careful Study, because otherwise if he has a Dredger, he's going to almost have Threshold, or he's going to have Threshold, and then he's going to
pitching Jace.
He's going to be able to activate that Coliseum. So yeah, Force of Will that. And he's left with Enlightened Tutor, Sword of the Meek, and a Scrubland. He draws a Tundra. Yeah, so it looks like turn 2 cast Sword, turn 3 upkeep Mystical or Enlightened for Thopter Foundry, and like hope that's good enough.
And that might just do it.
Yeah. It's entirely possible. I remember playing Counterbalance. This is like how all my games went, where I'm just like, oh, Force of Will, play a Tarmogoyf, Herpadur.
I mean,
have to remove my Jace every time.
Yeah, if he has that combo out, it'll be really tough for Drew to win unless he like fully combos off.
Yeah.
And just does infinite zombies and Flamekin Zealot.
Yep. So it looks like he therapied Gearhart, although
he missed. I don't know what he named though.
Yeah, he probably just named Thopter Foundry.
Does Gearhart have 4 in his deck? Just curious.
I think he has 3. He has 4 Thopter Foundries, 3 swords.
Tossed.
So I'm not sure if it would have been better for Drew to therapy himself and discard that Stinkweed M.
I think I probably would have gone with that.
Yeah, because the next turn he can activate Coliseum and hopefully just try and fight through it. Like, it's going to be tough when he has Thopter Sword and explosives, but... Yeah. Otherwise, this way he's left trying to peel something, and it looks like he drew a Tireless Tribe.
If he has a land, he can... I don't think pitching his hand gets him to Threshold.
No, it doesn't. I'll get him like 5 cards. What is this? Does he have a breakthrough too?
I think it'd be Hardcast.
I'm so excited.
Hardcast Stinkweed. To flashback therapy. That makes more sense. Looks like Drew had a plan.
Was that?
I'm gonna activate.
Is it better than getting a tribe on the board? because now he is going to lose his gemstone.
So we can only activate one Coliseum.
Yeah. If he had just tribed and discarded Stinkweed Imp, he would have a tribe for Dread Return to sack,
Yeah.
or like future Cabal therapies. I would much rather have had the tribe in play, especially with Gearhart having an empty hand.
Alright, looks like Drew dredged into some nice ones. Got a Dread Return, Cabal Therapy, Bridge from Below, and a Narcomoeba. He's got a Tarnish Citadel.
Yeah.
So both Coliseums are still active.
I mean, if
Not this turn, but would have been much better to just double Coliseum this turn, right?
sure, or if he had tribe in play, he could cast the Stinkweed Imp he just dredged and be able to cast Dread Return off of, like, I don't know. He just has way more options if he casts tribe
Yeah, I think
last
so too.
turn.
It doesn't make sense because you're just therapying for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, your therapy also might have value, like
Yeah,
later
I mean,
on. Like, it's not unreasonable.
This is going to be a little difficult for you. Retain there, it's a good thing. Yes.
Coliseum is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coliseum's absurd. Playing Dredge is always fun. I like seeing how people like order their graveyards and
That's not how that goes.
even like the process of dredging.
He just dredged 6 off a Stinkweed Imp.
Nope, that's awkward. That's a warning.
Yep. Oh, looked again.
Yeah.
That's still nickel. Alright.
Double warning.
Probably not a huge deal. First of all, how
Yeah. Fortunately, I've never dredged too many, so I don't know what the penalty for this is.
Yeah.
Never have
should,
either.
should just be a warning for looking at extras.
Yeah.
Of course, most of my dredging happened in limited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back some brown scales.
Yeah, a little
or-
brown
Oh
scale.
man, I hated brown scale.
Yeah, everyone. Well, brown scale sucks.
Yeah, it was like bad people would beat me with brown scale sometimes.
The 3/3
Like,
for
well, I mean, I
Was that
just
Moss
played.
Dog?
Moss Dog,
It was like
yeah,
3-1,
Moss
I
Dog.
think.
Shambling Shell?
No, the
Shambling
card I
Shell.
actually liked. I didn't really like any dredge cards to be honest. I like Dark Blast. Like, I just drive in blue black every time. Like, the Dogged Transfer is the best card ever.
Yeah, agreed.
clearly you can't do that.
Gearhart looks a little dejected.
Yep.
Another 2 bridges. Another troll.
still no more Narcomoebas, right?
Right.
I have a feeling I spoke
There's
too
the
soon.
Flamekin Zealot and the Sphinx. But yeah, he's gonna need more Narcomoebas. Well, he has
Well,
3
okay,
bridges
he
and
can-
can flashback therapy.
Therapy to get 3 zombies.
And then can
Yeah, he can't deal even close to enough.
That's right.
Oh wait.
No, but he can
Does he have a
he can
Sphinx in
reanimate
there?
yeah, he can
Explosives,
reanimate
right?
Sphinx.
He has a Sphinx in there, never mind. Okay, so Therapy, get 3 zombies, Dread Return Sphinx. I would say it's pretty likely that he can kill him this turn. He already has the
I don't
3
know,
bridges.
it's tough, right? Like
Oh,
You're gonna have to- you're gonna
he
have to
can't
hit-
kill him. He can't kill him because
Explosives.
Gearhart can pop explosives to kill his own token, which will remove Drew's bridges.
yeah, I was
What
thinking
a
I
bastard.
was thinking the explosives was gonna fog for a turn, but yeah.
Yeah. No, because removing the bridges counts tokens too. So.
Right. And it looks like he's reading bridge, just to double check and make sure.
Let's make sure.
Is
he doesn't do
Drew casting Therapy here?
He is.
Okay. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
How many bridges did he get?
3.
3 bridges. Now it's going to be very difficult for Drew to win.
Through that thopper sword. It's
Like,
gonna be tough.
with 1 bridge, I don't see any way that He's gonna get enough zombies at any point.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
I lost.
David pointing frantically.
That still doesn't go there. That's still doesn't.
And no.
So all my bridges are. All of your bridges are pink.
All right.
And then.
Oh, finally understand. So.
Yeah, he's not gonna get zombies for the first therapy.
What shall I name?
Judge just keeps rearranging his graveyard.
Which you're not allowed to do in Legacy.
You actually are not allowed to rearrange your graveyard. There are cards that,
That no one plays, to be fair.
yeah, I mean, nobody plays them, but what
I
if they do?
think if you and your opponent both agree to it, you can rearrange it. I think. If something, there's some way you can in
At
Legacy.
the beginning of a match, I'm going to ask my next Legacy opponent,
Yeah.
will you agree with me that we can rearrange our graveyards?
And then you're
he's
just-
totally going to think I'm like trying to like trick him. Like, no, I don't agree with anything, you know? Like,
Oh no.
No, but I think if you're playing Dredge and you're dredging and both players agree, you can.
I have pizza on the way.
You told him to call me.
Yeah, but there's supposed to.
That's a horrendous tragedy. If you have any extra, I will give you money steps for it.
We ordered an extra one.
Okay. And pass it.
This is the dredge list. So, yeah, looking at this dredge list, I don't see any way that Drew can win this game.
Yeah, I think he's just cold now. Like, he needs to hit his bridge really early, I guess. I guess his bridge can't multiply his
Yeah, his
guys,
bridge,
you know?
his Narcomoebas just trade 1-for-1 into zombies, which never really do anything.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, Gearhart's gaining life and infinite jump blockers, so. And now has 4 mana. For whatever that's worth.
Yeah, I mean, Drew should probably just pack it in.
Yes.
Boom! Meet the hat. Yes. Oh god. Oh god. I need to make those guys. I need priority.
Yeah, give me this one.
Sure. We'll edit. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, now, Drew's going through the motions of this, like, big dredge here, but, it's unlikely it's really going to amount to anything. The match is basically won. Well, the game is basically won by David at this point. There are 3 bridges removed from the game, and Drew really can't come back from that. Now, if you only have 1 bridge in your graveyard, then the creatures that you're using don't actually like multiply as they normally would when you're sacrificing them.
Alright, he's going to be. Those are 10, and then he has to. So, those are 10.
Now he can probably return Sphinx. It doesn't look like he has like some big thing that he could dread return.
Yeah. Now they.
Well, he doesn't have like.
I mean, returning Grave Troll does nothing because it just gets chump blocked.
Not very nice.
He can return Zealot to try to get in some damage. I guess. I don't know how many tokens David has.
Well, I mean, David only has 1 token right now, but. Or, oh no, he doesn't. He has a few, right? Maybe he doesn't. I'm not sure exactly how many he has. This is now, I mean, Drew can't really swing because then he loses his last bridge.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I can't figure out a way that Drew can win.
I mean, he has
I think
Icarids.
it's just not impossible.
He has Icarids, but like he can only attack with them twice. Like remove all the Putrid Imps, remove all the Stinkweed Imps.
yeah.
He's got Golgari Thug. Yeah, he should just scoop. This is
Probably not to his advantage to continue this game.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing you want to do is be down a game against an Enlightened Tutor deck with 20 minutes on a clock.
Yeah, with a deck that's going to try to lock you out with Ensnaring Bridge and Humility. And
yeah, it just seems like this is not the best course of action.
I wonder if he knows he can't win. He may think he can win.
It's been a long day. It's cool.
he's also been thinking for a long time with two Narcomoebas in play.
Yeah, no, I do. If I was in
Yeah, I
that
think
position, I would be
this is
thinking
about
all
time where it's okay to say to the judge, like, hey, can you come over here and speed this up a little bit?
Yeah.
And I understand that it's complex and that the game's probably just going to end after this turn, but I think Drew is kind of just like, you know, showing off his tail feathers.
He's either scooping or casting Dread Return. They look like the same thing.
I mean, the big problem right now is that this Red Return can't really get anything that interacts with the board.
Yeah, I'm not. Again, no idea what he's thinking about. Gearhart is
Like
looking
even an
at
Iona
the
in your
shot.
in your 75 wouldn't matter at this point.
Yeah, it wouldn't help him at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's just like an Angel of Despair would help. Blow up Thopter Foundry.
That would help.
Might be able to just get him with zombies and Icarids at that point.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know why he's getting a Grave Troll. Are they counting how big Grave Troll is now? Like,
I guess so. It's completely irrelevant. It's big enough.
It's your life.
Hey, kid.
It's your life. And it counts the creatures you sack to Dread Return. I think it might even count itself if you Dread Return it. Some weird way that works. Should make sure it's, yeah, because it's in your graveyard and then it's...
Well, when
like
it comes
where-
into play, it's when it gets the counters, right?
No, as it comes into play. As it comes into play, it's in your graveyard. I don't know. I remember that, but maybe
I mean, it's your life.
remember.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean, if they're gonna go through the trouble to count, they might as well get it right.
And then I will.
alright, so something's happening.
Yeah.
I think David just
Bunch of
passed.
Icarids.
Yeah, we're returning some Icarids here, which is going to
Yeah,
do
they
nothing.
don't actually do anything.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like Dave can
He's
just literally
Flailing around.
use his sword and his Thopter Foundry, and the game will just never
You
end.
just deck it. I mean,
Yeah, he definitely at
Oh
this point.
god, you missed it. There was a heavy concern of absurdity. Yeah, absolutely. Oh god, yes.
okay, is 3 Icarids.
All right, so 3 Icarids.
I don't think David knows what's going on.
I'm sure David thinks there's some way his opponent can still win the game.
Oh, I guess the one reason Drew might not be conceding is he doesn't want to give David information that he doesn't have an out. He may want David to think that he has something like a Terastodon or an Angel of Despair. But if he does, I still think he would have gone through the earlier motions much quicker to save time. You know, again, against the deck that can prison you out, basically.
All right, so he's assembling this army here.
Yeah, we're not going to die anytime soon, but we might deck. Don't attack with that Putrid Imp, it doesn't have haste.
Yeah, he can't attack Putrid Imp.
It also can't block.
It's true.
Oh, looks like he's trying.
That guy.
The judge points out that it's not a paste.
Are you sacking the Shredder? Okay.
Trying again.
Running it back!
What are we doing? Oh, no, we're Dread Returning.
Okay. I thought he was... I'm sorry.
I thought so too.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
thought it was-
it was the same motion. Okay, so we have 6 zombies, a troll, an Icarid, and a zealot. David's effectively at 25. Do we have 6 zombies or 5? Pretty sure it still doesn't matter, but okay.
So first off,
Yeah, Dave can just hide behind these.
And this is going to take out Drew's last bridge.
Second off,
Drew gains a few life in the process,
that guy there.
and you know he can eat this like mini overrun right now. It's
Yeah,
not really a big deal.
I think he's taking 15. Unless I miscounted the number of zombies, he's taking 15.
And I'll
Sounds about right. So you should be at. Oh no, you only took
Taking
12.
12. Okay. He had one
Wow,
fewer
that's not
zombie.
very good.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, I feel like David can just. He just never has to tap his lands to do anything but make sword tokens ever again.
Yeah.
Drew, it's a very crowded board. I'm gonna pass the turn back to David. All right, and now I mean Drew gets another swing here.
So, do this, do this, do this. Think about it.
I'm surprised he's only making 3 guys. I think I would just put all my mana into that sword every single turn.
Yeah, I'm not sure why David's been topping. Unless...
Yeah, I mean if he tops too much, he's really just gonna give himself a way to lose.
Yeah, Drew has 6 zombies. So... Does David have another Dread Return? He can sack Flamekin Zealot to Therapy and then re-Dread Return his Zealot using 3 Icarids. Which maybe could be lethal.
I mean he doesn't have a bridge, so
Oh, the last bridge is gone.
yeah. His opponent blocked last time.
Okay. So...
Yeah.
Oh, wow. David's at 3. So 3 goes up to 7. 4.
I mean if he doesn't
Unless
draw
he
the
draws a
land,
land, he takes 8 from 7 and dies. Might have to tap top
actually, here we are
to try to
talking
get a
about how Drew has
land.
no way to win, and he found a way.
Wait,
I mean, David really had messed up there, though. He activated his top so many times. It's
Why-
really unnecessary.
I'm also not sure why he isn't blocking zombies with the one that has 2 power. Unless he is, which he may be. He's activating top? What?
Yeah, had he simply blocked differently and just continued to tap all of his lands as opposed
Wow,
to
I'm
trying
gonna
to
feel
change
really
stuff, it
dumb
could've
if
been-
Drew wins this game.
Yeah, I mean, David just kind of came out of nowhere, like, and just started making these plays that were really questionable. You know, he had this thing going where he really just couldn't lose. I mean, when you nab 3 bridges,
Yeah.
you think you're
Wait.
golden, you know?
He scooped?
What? You have enough to survive there? I'm really confused. All right.
So,
Yeah, so Ben Hayes and I are going to quickly retire from playing Magic forever.
yep. Way to go, Drew. Good job. Killing him.
I would have packed that one in.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
What does the Twitter feed have to say about that one?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty surprised. It's kind of hard to, because there are a lot of things that happen.
So did David top every turn?
Yeah, he topped every turn for 4 turns.
I mean, that's 3 life per top activation. Gaining a life and blocking a zombie.
He also didn't need to pop the explosives. Like, you can kind of just wait forever, right? Until they're attacking. Because you have the Thopter sword in place, so you can block at grids with that. Like, you don't need to worry about it. And if they pass the turn, you can just use their end step to fill up on 2 more guys.
Maybe. I'm trying to remember what exactly the board state was when he popped E. I mean, he may have
It
popped
only killed one of his Thopter tokens.
Right.
And it removed the 3 bridges. And removing the 3 bridges is absurd.
He may have not wanted him to have 3
But-
zombies to be able to cast Dread Return.
That's a reasonable...
I mean, if he Dread
argument.
Returns... you know, a Sphinx. Although then he just keeps going... Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's weird.
I think popping E was correct there. Yeah, David set the beginning of that game up really well with E and leaving himself with 1 token to remove bridges, and then maybe got kind of careless towards the end of the game, topping when he may not have had to. It would be interesting to know how many cards Drew had in his library, to know how long David actually had to survive for. I don't think there was any scenario there where David attacks him to death, but he may have been able to wait it out, although maybe he was topping trying to find more lands.
Yeah, I guess if he's topping trying to find another land, then
Then
if
it's
he finds the
basically the same
land,
thing.
he's going to get the thing. So, I mean,
You're
he's kind of
even.
like in this weird, like, trap scenario where, like, he went for it, so he has to keep going for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you look at the top 3 and you don't find a land, when you look at the top 3 and you don't find a land, and then you look at the top 3 and you don't find a land, like, you really feel like there's a land there. Because
Yeah.
even though you've only, like, looked at 5 cards, you feel like you've looked at a billion.
Yeah, there was kind of
I have a feeling any of my friends watching at home are going to make fun of me for counting Drew out,
Yeah, I'm sure
especially
we'll get
given
a-
how much I played Dredge. Is the Twitter being kind to us?
While it was very bad. Shut up. How about that one? How about that one?
People have said Donkerman.
Yeah. So what's the consensus on Twitter? Is it that he shouldn't have been activating top, or that...
B. Gardner Durman said that he was never in a can't lose situation, and his only out here was bridge, ensnaring bridge, so he needed to keep tapping.
Okay.
But I must have misunderstood the actual game state then, if that's the case.
Was Bridge even an out? I thought he had like 2 or 3 cards in hand that he couldn't cast otherwise. Well, I guess he could cast them?
But then he has to cast them and bridge on the same turn.
Yeah. All right, well that was impressive.
That was impressive. Huh. So I guess
What's he bringing in? Is that a duress?
that is a duress. His grudges and claims and... There's a ley line of the void. Seems interesting here.
So he did bring in Leyline to fight Copter combo. He also, I guess, brought in Grudge.
Did he bring in Nature's Flame and Grudge? That's 10 cards, the rest is 11. I wonder if he brought in Chain of Vapor, fearing like Leyline of the Void from his opponent. That seems like a ton of cards to bring in.
Yeah, it's kind of like hard to support that much. His opponent naturally draws the 100 explosives again. Making things rough
Did he
on
board
his
up?
opponent.
No, I think he boarded up to...
Oh, he's definitely boarded up
He has a
to
full set.
full set now. Yeah, so it's a lot more reasonable for him to have it this game.
I missed it. Did he break through for 0 on turn 1?
Mm-hmm.
I hate that play.
So often, though, you kind of just get these hands where you have to. It's often a mulligan situation where you're playing turn 1 breakthroughs.
Yeah, I'm all hands where I would have to play turn 1 breakthrough. I just never win when I cast turn 1 breakthrough. I mean, I've seen people do it. I did it once. I still don't think it was a good idea. So we got the Narcomoeba Swords. Relevant cards in his graveyard are 2
Nihil Spellbomb?
Igrids
What?
and
No, it's a Nihil Spellbomb. The new set. And that'll do it.
yeah, this is going to be really rough for Drew. Although we said that last game.
And this seems a little rougher. Are both these players undefeated right now?
I believe so.
It's pretty impressive. It's hard to make it to an undefeated record, like 6-0 in a format like Legacy. Because Legacy is
Yeah,
absurd,
it's so wide
there's so
open.
much going on.
So Drew naturally drew a card instead of dredging.
What did he draw?
He just drew a Narcomoeba. I'm not sure what he drew the turn before that. Looks like David has a sword, an Enlightened Tutor, and 2 cards I can't see. Frantically shuffling.
Wow, he is shuffling those cards like he means business. Choose from step 2, and he's gonna play a Narcomoeba.
Gemstone Mine's not that good.
You imagine?
Yeah.
I remember opening one of those in the first booster pack of Weatherlight I bought.
So David and Light
Thought it was
Tutors
horrible.
for
I
a
was
Seed of
wrong.
Synod here. And chooses not to crack the Spellbomb. Which seems fine. Generally you want to hold on to your Crypt, Relic, Spellbomb effect as long as possible against Dredge.
It makes sense.
Although I wouldn't have faulted David for just crypting him when he had 2 cards, and also David would get to draw off of it. This seems fine though. I mean, he can't dredge. He can't cast Dread Return.
I mean, once he's leaving up the mana to use Engineered Explosives, and he has the Spellbomb in play. It's just kind of hard for Drew.
Yeah, I think
Like,
the way Drew gets around this is like either a claim or a grudge for the Spellbomb, and then a Careful Study or a Breakthrough for 1, and then a Colosseum or other draw spell to reload.
Makes sense.
So he doesn't want to put any more cards in his graveyard because he knows at some point he's probably going to have to force David to use the spell bomb. So he wants to lose the minimum amount and basically just restock for a turn where he can go off in one go and put some presence on the board. Leyline of the Void is going to prevent David from getting any mileage on his sword if he gets a Thopter, so that buys Drew some time. I think he just drew City of Brass. I saw a white bordered thing that looked like a land.
That would make sense. Yeah, City of Brass. Cabal Therapy. I'm just to see what he names here. It's an Ensnaring Bridge and a Brainstorm.
So I wonder if he's going to flash
He's
him
going to
back
try
here.
to force the Nihil Spellbomb to be correct.
Yeah, force the spell bomb, which David may actually just let this happen. He has
he has 3 bridges.
The EE. Yeah, okay. David not draw a card off of Spellbomb, or does... Oh, it isn't put into his graveyard because of Leyline, so he can't cycle the Spellbomb.
Oh, yeah, he cannot pay the extra. Ooh, he has the Thopter Foundry now. So again, it's off. Off to the races. It's going to be tough for Drew. He's got to fight for so much right now. I mean, his opponent's going to play the Ensnaring Bridge.
Is that a breakthrough for 1? Yeah. So he kept a card, and it looks like he pitched a couple of Grave Trolls. I mean, if he...
No.
He also has Threshold, so if he hits a Colosseum or has a draw spell, I can't see the card in his hand. He could come back. No, maybe not.
Oh yeah, he has. See, this gives him an opening because he probably decided in at least 1 Ancient Grudge, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think he would side in a lot of them just because they buy him so much time.
Is the last card in his hand a card draw spell? Because then he can win, and if it's not, he can't, right?
Well, we've seen quite a few cards, and we haven't seen any grudges yet. Is that a Stinkweed in his hand? What did he cast? Or what happened? Oh, just dredging a troll.
Okay.
It's a Narcomoeba. Or 2 or 3 bridges gone.
3 are gone again. So again, keeps getting in these really rough situations. Yeah, I'm not really sure what. You know, I'm not even gonna say it though. Because he's probably just gonna like win next turn somehow.
Is that a Planeswalker? David topped, and I thought I saw a Planeswalker, but I may be wrong. Any Planeswalker would be really good for David right now.
I don't think he cares what he gets. He can just get a land, right? Like, he can just play more lands and just have Thopter Foundry kill his opponent, like...
Well, he can't sword because Drew has Leyline.
Oh, Drew has Leyline, you're right.
So he can make a bunch of tokens, and then, like, he can draw, attack with the tokens, and then play the card to not be swung back at, although he doesn't actually care about taking a hit from the Narcomoeba. So he can attack on 1, but his opponent can only attack on 2. With zombies, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, Can he get past? I guess he has to get the Ancient Grudge, right?
He has to. Oh, is that a grudge? Yeah, that is a grudge. The top card of his graveyard is an ancient grudge.
Okay, so
So I think David actually, got a second bridge.
okay, so
this
now he
is
needs
rough.
another Ancient
Another
Grudge.
grudge.
How many does he have? He has access to 4.
David.
But how many do you think he has? Maybe like 2 or 3? You can't ever side in more than like 4 or 5 cards when you're playing Dredge.
Yeah, and he clearly boarded in Leyline. He may not have boarded in all 4 Leyline.
I mean, Leyline seems like the type of card that if you
Maybe
side
he
it in,
does.
you side in 4, right? But
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out what. Like against this type of deck, he has 6 artifact removal spells, 4 Leylines, Chain, and Duress.
interesting.
Okay, now 2 Mevas. David plays Karmic Justice. I have no idea what that card does.
I'm gonna look this card up real quick.
Is that unwasted, essentially?
Okay, so it's a rare enchantment from Odyssey. It says, whenever a spell or ability an opponent controls destroys a non-creature permanent you control, you may destroy target permanent that opponent controls.
Okay, so he grudged a bridge in response to Karmic Justice, I think?
Cool. Karmic Justice is not a card you normally see.
Yeah, I was actually talking to him between rounds. He said it's mainly against the junk decks, where they're just throwing artifact removal, they're throwing like Vindicates and stuff at your artifacts, and you just want to be able to keep up with them, basically.
That makes sense. Like, it even works like when they wasteland you.
Yeah. How much time is left in this round? I wonder how many cards Drew has left in his deck. It looked like a small number that David fanned out there just now. I think David's most likely path to victory is Tezzeret Ultimate, unless he boarded out his Tezzerets. Now, David is taking cards off his lap, but not in that way.
Yeah, not in the bad way. I think, oh man, he's really nervous. That's not good.
Just trying to play very quickly to not have a draw. It seems unlikely that he'd be able to win a third game, given that there's only 8 minutes left.
Are both these players X and O?
Yeah, I think so.
So the draw is not too painful.
It doesn't
It's
knock
painful, but-
them out, but it's pretty bad.
It's not as bad as like a round 2 draw though.
Yeah, it's one more round that they have to win.
Yeah, like being 6-0-1, it's still like very reasonable for you to like finish like very high in a tournament.
Yeah, although if either one of them actually wins, they'll be able to draw in, so it's obviously very nice.
Huh.
Boom! All these cards do things.
So I saw an Academy Runes there, and there's a Tezzeret.
That should help out a little bit.
That should definitely allow him to win this game.
Hey, look
Yeah.
at that. Just like I knew that was there. What a cheater.
I'm pretty sure that Tezzeret's just gonna destroy it.
So he's got 3 artifact lands, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Like he has the Thopter
Drain for
Foundry, then the
16.
Sensei Top, the Ensnaring Bridge, the Karmic Justice is going to allow him to vindicate the permanent of his choice. So he's going to destroy the Ley Line of the Void. This will allow him to start activating his Sword of the Meek.
Oh, he just blew up Leyline. Oh yeah, this is done.
Yeah.
I mean, we said that last time. But this seems very done.
This seems super done.
So he makes a bunch of tokens and drains them for $1 billion.
And by taking a couple extra turns, Drew kind of is also doing this strange thing where, you know, if they're going to a game 3 and they both have 2 minutes left, David Gearhart cannot win the match with 2 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, but Drew can.
Drew can win a match with 2 minutes left on the
Yeah,
clock.
Drew can win a match with no minutes left on the clock.
Yeah. Exactly. He can turn 2 people.
Yeah. Although then you get into this weird, if David knows that the only way he can turn 2, then he mulls into E, and then he can't turn 2. So.
Yeah. All right, so we're off to a game 3. Wow. So this match seems like it's a lot more interactive than we may have initially thought.
Yeah, Bridge gives David another good option for how to shut down Drew. We saw at least 2 Ancient Grudges. Did we see a third? He flashed one back, he cast one, and then he flashed one back.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would say, would assume he boarded in 2 to 4 Ancient Grudges, no Nature's Claims, and 4 Ley Lines.
You know,
It'll be interesting to see. He may board the Ley Lines back out.
I think he should. I think one of the major mistakes people make playing Dredge is that they sideboard too many cards.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't do it. Your deck becomes a piece of trash. Yeah.
Yeah, your dredges don't go, or you don't draw an enabler, or yeah, there are plenty of ways to lose if you dilute your deck too much when you're playing dredge.
And the numbers are already so tight. It's hard to do, you know?
Yeah.
Now, Mike Eisenhower, who made the finals of the standard event that ended this morning, just won this match to put himself at 6-1. He defeated Gerard Fabiano. Gerard was paired down against him, so now they're both sitting in X1.
Okay. What is Gerard playing? He was in a feature.
Hymn to Turox, Tombstalkers, Team America, it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, like Tarmogoyfs.
The deck that won, or something like the deck that won.
I think it came in second at the Las Vegas event, right?
I think it won.
Oh, did it?
It took out an Emrakul with its Tombstalkers. That's the big thing I remember. Yeah,
So-
Stifle, Wasteland, him, Goyf, Tombstalker.
Oh yeah, that's
Not playing
the deck
Bob,
I'm talking about.
because you don't want to take 8, I guess. Yeah, that's a very strong deck. I was playing that deck on Magic Online between DC and now, and had
That
a
seems
very
good.
Yeah, a lot of success with that deck in heads-up queues. And
You're right, it did go in first. I got the Doomsday deck and that deck mixed up.
yeah. That was definitely a front runner for this weekend, and what I was thinking about playing.
I think him is just one of the most powerful cards. Would you have played 3 or 4 him?
4.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't get it. It's so good.
Yeah, he just
How does anybody ever lose when they cast
didn't
him to
need the
Turok?
4th one.
Yeah. It's the best spell ever.
So Drew won that game that you walked away from.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What
That's
happened?
what we were saying. He attacked a lot.
Yeah.
He attacked a lot. And
His ley line was good for him, right? That was about it? Like shutting down Doctor Sword or something, or what?
Oh, no. He lost game 2. He won game 1.
Oh, wait, what? How did he beat active Doctor Sword?
Made 6 zombies, Flamekin Zealot, got David to 13, and then just like swung with the zombies every turn.
Played Ichorids.
David
wow.
never drew enough land to
David
get ahead.
missed land
Animated
drops and then
Ichorids
couldn't
twice.
make enough guys to block.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah, we all We were talking about how we should just scoop him up. And,
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
now he looks to be in really pretty good shape. I mean, Imp and then Therapy, that's a good start. Although he didn't have a Dredge card to discard, right?
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Or he would have...
He didn't dredge yet.
Yeah, he would have discarded...
Oh,
he
he has
has
Coliseum 2 breakthroughs.
double Breakthrough Coliseum. So he can cast one of those breakthroughs to put a bunch of cards in his graveyard.
But he didn't attack.
Yeah, that seems a little loose. Another Therapy.
Yeah, just missing those
I
3
think he
points.
just
can add up.
breakthroughs for 2 here.
Yeah, I
He
agree
gets
with that.
to... No, don't break through for 0. Don't do it.
No, he's gonna Therapy.
Okay. I guess just making sure David doesn't have a force, and then he's going to break through for 1 instead.
Does he have double breakthrough?
He does.
Yeah.
Don't you just do it for 2 then, so you can keep the other one?
Yeah.
Okay. More action. I guess you only need to do it for 1. You can keep the other one.
Yeah, he has
Hopefully there's
another
a dredge card
breakthrough,
in your top
and he
part.
has Coliseum, which will become active when he kills his own Gemstone Mine next turn.
Now he's gonna break through for 1, it looks like.
Yeah, probably keeping a breakthrough.
That seems fine. Yeah, I mean, if he gets a dredge card. Yeah.
Looks like he
Wow.
had a Troll and an Icarid.
That's a pretty good flip.
And Putrid Imp and a Tireless Tribe.
Fair enough, Dad. Fair enough. I guess sometimes it's okay. God damn it! Yes. Yeah, not good.
I mean, this is
Niall Spellbound?
ooh.
Activate and...
Boom.
Oh, he spellbombed him? That's...
Time has been called, and this is active player turn 1 at this point.
No, well, time was called before the game started. I don't know if they had an extension for something.
Feature match extension? Do they do that here?
No.
Breakthrough for 2.
Okay, so this is turn 2, I believe, now, right?
This isn't going to get him threat. Oh.
On his turn, he'll be able to dredge.
Yeah. Could get there. I mean, David definitely cannot win this game.
Correct.
Oh wait, Drew's at 9. Why is Drew at 9?
Tarnished Citadel? I mean, it still seems...
Could David just, like, land Tezzeret, attack you for 5, attack you for 5?
David doesn't have Tezzeret.
I mean, if he
right?
draws
Oh, no, he
Tezzeret
does.
here, like,
Yeah, it's
it's not a Tezzeret.
not in his hand. He's got a bunch of Moxes.
Sure he doesn't? Yeah, he doesn't have Tezzeret. I guess he's going to play out Thopter's Sword. And then...
Really?
do the all, I'm not going to concede. Here's an Ancient Grudge.
Insane? Not really. Not insane.
Just gotta pop this Coliseum. Does he have a dredge card in there?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, so we got the E.
Draw 3, discard 3. See, the hot sickness.
No.
Top and top 2.
So on his next turn, I think he just needs to naturally draw off the top, right? Does he get another turn?
Big guy. Whoa!
This may be the last turn.
Yeah.
Looks like they drew.
Next turn was going to be...
Just checking.
What were you going to do?
Yeah, and dredging his Stinkweed Imp wasn't going to get him anywhere.
Yeah.
So that game was going to go on for a while, but it looks like Drew was probably going to win. seeing as how David doesn't have very much graveyard hate.
Well, he has Stop Your Sword in 4 mana.
Yeah, but I mean, he's gonna like